Hey guys, Mono here. This is a game called World War II Online, and it is very old. How old? Well, 2001 old, which is the same year the original Max Payne was released, or GTA 3, the first ever GTA game with 3D graphics. So this is an absolutely ancient game that is still up and running, and there's still people playing it. And despite being old, this is the biggest World War II game ever made. There is a single 85,000 kilometer square map stretching from the coast of England to West Germany and beyond. The area you can actually travel to is actually much bigger, but that's the area that is of interest because it has a buttload of different cities with factories, airfields, and ports and bunkers, and you name it. You can fly a bomber from England, take 40 minutes to fly all the way to Germany, bomb a factory, and come back. And that's going to have an actual impact on the availability of enemy forces and vehicles. So this is like a first-person foxhole at an absolutely enormous scale. And they recently announced that they are porting this entire massive game over to Unreal Engine 5. And they're also developing another project called World War II Chokepoint, which is going to be a much smaller game focused on infantry combat. I'll be showing some pre-alpha footage of Chokepoint throughout this video, which is extremely old footage. This is over 2 years old, so don't take this footage as an actual indication of what the game will look like, but rather to give you an initial idea. And this change to Unreal Engine 5 is an absolutely huge deal, not because the graphics are the end all and be all of all games, but because the change to Unreal Engine 5 would mean much more refined animations, more immersive gameplay, and a complete overhaul of the extremely dated UI. I mean, seriously, the UI feels like it was designed by a 70-year-old chemistry teacher from high school or something. If you've ever played a sim game from the 90s, then you know what I'm talking about. It only makes sense to the guy that designed it and to the people that have been playing the game for at least 50 hours. The deployment screen is confusing and overly complicated, and I think it's understandable because this all dates back to a time where cell phones had monochrome screens and messages were typed using the number pad. But before moving on, let me tell you about this video's sponsor, ExpressVPN. With ExpressVPN, you can protect your privacy and information from hackers or other third parties wanting to use your data. Let's say you're connecting from the airport or a coffee shop and you're using their free Wi-Fi. Their services can and will track everything you do online, like which websites you visit and which services you're using. ExpressVPN helps you get around this by rerouting 100% of your network traffic through secure encrypted servers, preventing them from spying on your online activity. Or say your network restricts traffic or speed to certain sites. ExpressVPN can help you bypass those filters entirely and allow you to navigate freely with no restrictions. I've personally used ExpressVPN for gaming as it sometimes lowers your ping to faraway servers, and it's even helped me get voice over IP services working again when the local servers were having issues. I was able to connect to USA servers, and that fixed my issue in a number of games. To get ExpressVPN, just click the link down below, and when you use my link, you will get your first 3 months for free. And now back to the video. Updating the graphics and the UI to provide a better experience for new and current players would be absolutely amazing. Just imagine playing a game of this scale where there are thousands of people playing across the same map of Europe and having it look and feel more like Hella Loose or Postscriptum than a game from 1988. World War II features multiple layers of strategic gameplay, kind of like a board game. There is this overarching command issuing orders to troops across the entire map. There's the squad level where tanks or infantry groups actually perform the attacking or defending, and there's also an entire background simulation of production and transport of resources across the entire map. When someone dies, that unit needs to be quote-unquote built again from a factory, which takes hours to do, so capturing a town actually affects the capacity for war that each team has. Everything is determined by player actions, giving the whole game an incredible amount of depth. There are over 200 vehicles and weapons available, including tanks, ships, trucks, airplanes, static defenses, and more. As I said, this is an absolutely massive game. But let's talk about the development team, because this isn't your typical game dev studio situation. The original team that developed World War II Online was funded by investors as a traditional game studio. However, since 2015, it's being developed primarily by a team of volunteers. Separate parts of this team are working on Chokepoint, while others continue to work on World War II Online. The idea being that the Chokepoint assets will then be used in World War II Online, so they can develop both projects in parallel. World War II Online is a free-to-play game, and the idea is to make Chokepoint also a free-to-play game, with memberships being offered to help fund the game servers. So the membership that they are offering for World War II Online gives you access to some vehicles and weapons that you don't have as a free player. However, all of those weapons and vehicles are part of this resource pool that is ingrained into the world economy, so it's not like having more paying customers will unbalance the game. The performance of a free-to-play user and a paying member should be pretty much the same. Now, porting this monstrosity of a huge game over to Unreal Engine 5 is of course a massive undertaking. They have started porting some original assets, but due to the nature of the volunteer work, who knows how long this will take. And the more cynical viewers are going to say, you know, this is never getting done, it's never going to happen, and it's not even worth talking about. But I think that's missing the point. This is being worked on by players of World War II Online that love the game. They love the idea of World War II Online, and they have kept that game alive for over 2 decades. And they are now spending their free time to work on something extremely cool. And I find that sincerely amazing. It's not being developed for a specific market. It's not contaminated by marketing research or focus groups telling the devs what they should do to become more profitable or whatever. It's just people that enjoy playing this game trying to make the best version of the game they love. They will be rolling out improved assets soon onto the current version of World War II Online, but the whole transition to UE5 is bound to be very gradual. I don't know how long it will take, but I think it could be an absolutely incredible game once it gets there, and I'm very curious to see what comes out of it. And you know what? If you're interested in the work they're doing, you can check out their volunteer page online, or check out their Discord and talk to them, maybe get involved, maybe get some experience if you want on game development or asset development or whatever it is, and you know, maybe help build a cool thing in the process. So that's it guys, I find this project to be incredibly exciting. Who knows when it's going to be available, but I think the results could be absolutely spectacular. Let me know what you think down in the comments section, and as always, if you liked the video then please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and as always I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you in the next one.